Hello again, everyone. Welcome to one another class from Marriage Online Program. Today, also, we're gonna study interrogative sentences, but different types of that. Okay, we have many types of interrogative sentences in English. We have studied only 5 types of them, and today we are gonna study another kind of interrogative sentences. Okay. Let me open the presentation here. Okay. Okay, so we studied different types of interrogative sentences. The first one was tag question. The second one was reinforcement tag question. And so it's different types of tag questions. And also the third type of interrogative sentence was with WH words. The fourth one was about included question or into question. And the other type of one is the indirect question. Yesterday we have studied that. We studied the indirect question, different examples, but we also have studied that indirect questions can be asked in two ways, direct way and indirect way. We have studied yesterday in the direct way, but today we are gonna study the indirect way. So the direct way was when the third person asked a question, when the first person asked a question about third person from the second one. But today we are gonna study about indirect way. The indirect way, you can use this formula, okay? You can use subject plus object, subject plus ask plus object plus a for whether plus subject plus verb plus complement, okay? Like this. He asked you if you help him. He asked you whether you help him, okay? Yesterday we have studied the direct way like this, that we can say ask him if he can help me, okay? But today we say he asked me if I help him. He asked me if I help them. He asked you if you speak English. He asked you if you can speak English, okay? So yesterday we said that when the first person asks a question about third person, we use direct way. But now in indirect way, the second person asks the question of first person from third person, okay? For example, I ask Ahmad about Ali. I say, ask Ali if he can write his homework, okay? And then now Ali can say, he asked me if I can write my homework. He is me, okay, in that example, okay? So it is also like the other type of indirect question. It is asked by ask, and also at the end of our sentence we use full stop instead of question mark, okay? So another type, or the sixth kind of interrogative sentence, is declarative question, okay? So declarative question is like affirmative question or positive formula. The structure is also like affirmative or declarative, but we ask it with question accent, okay? So it is used when speaker and listener have already known about the said question but understood no. For example, I recently understood something and I just want to ask the question and repeat it to show somehow my surprise about that, okay? For example, we go to the Kabul and then a friend said, this is Kabul. I said, this is Kabul? the other person can say me, yes, it is. Okay, so here you repeat exactly the sentence another person said to you, and then you just change your accent to interrogative. You don't change the structure to interrogative. Remember, if you see sometimes the structure is like this and the question mark is at the end of that, it is not incorrect. It might be declarative question. Okay, this is Kabul. Yes, it is. Or another example, I have bought this book. You have bought this book. Look at that. It is exactly like positive structure, but at the end you use question mark. And then the person can say, yes, I have. Yes, I have. Okay? So usually in spoken English, sometimes you can use while you're having conversation with someone and he says something, you got, you know the answer also, but you ask the question in the same formula the person says in the declarative type of questions. Okay, the seventh type of interrogative question is rhetorical question. Rhetorical question. So when you're making rhetorical question, in the fact you are trying to attract the attention of someone to the most important point. Okay, so in rhetorical question you are not asking to get information. Okay, in rhetorical question you are asking something to attract the attention of someone, so the person should listen to you, should pay attention to you. What are you telling about? What are you talking about? Okay, so it means that you have some important news or information, and then you just want the person know about that and remember that important point. Okay, so we have three types of rhetorical question. The first one is to draw attention of someone, okay, or to attract attention of someone. Okay, you want someone focus on what you say, then you use rhetorical question. So usually we use for this reason we can use do you know plus WH plus subject plus verb plus complement plus question mark. Okay, so in this type of question also, the other important point is this, that the speaker asks a question and answer a question. Okay, first you ask question and then directly right away you answer that questions. So the first question is just for attracting or drawing the attention of someone. Look at these examples here. Do you know what happened today? Karzai was killed. Okay, first you attract the attention. Do you know what happened today? It is just for attracting the attention, drawing the attention. Karzai was killed. So that's the important point. You just want to attract the attention of someone before telling that. Okay, do you know what your son said? Do you know what your son said? He abused my father. Okay, do you know how could I kill him? I could kill him by a stone. Okay, so that's easy. The next type of rhetorical question is to indicate someone or something by help of then. Okay, then. So you use then to to attract the attention of someone to the one point. It is also another type of rhetorical question, but we use then in this formula. Look at these examples here. So the first person say Ahmad didn't come to the class today, and then the second person say who is he then? Who is he then? Okay, so you use then in your structure just to attract someone's. Okay, you know he is Ahmad, and you know he is in the class today, but one other person say he didn't come today in the I'm sorry, he didn't come to the class today, and you say who is he then? Okay, you just attract attention of someone to someone. else, okay, or to something else. Look at the second example. I say, I lost my phone. And you say, what's this then? So there is a phone in my, for example, in my pocket here, and say I am so sad and say I lost my phone. And then you mention to my phone and say, what's this then? Okay, what's this then if you lost your phone? So it is also just another type of rhetorical question. The third kind of a rhetorical question is used for negative meaning. Okay, you use this structure. You are asking the question, but you mean negative. It means you're unable to do that, or you don't want to do that. Okay, look at these examples here. It is also used in spoken English or in during the conversation. Okay, the first person say, you have to teach all of the students today. You have to teach all of the students today. And the second person say, how can I do all these students? How can I do all these students? So it means it is impossible to teach all the students today. Okay? Remember, this kind of sentence gave us negative meaning. The structure is interrogative, but the meaning is negative. Okay? The other person said, tell her to speak English. And another one said, how can she speak English? It means she's unable to speak English. She doesn't know anything about English. Okay? Look at another example. It's your responsibility to teach all these classes. It's your responsibility to teach all classes. How can I teach all these classes? میگه این مسئولیت شماست که همه کلاس رو تدریس کنید. جوابش میگه چی؟ How can I teach these classes? چرا من همه از کلاس رو تدریس کنم؟ Okay? When I was a child, my mother was telling me like what example? My mother was telling me like, for example, clean the house. And I was baby and small, and I was telling my mom, how can I clean the house? It means I was unable. I can't do that. Okay? So you can use this kind of question during your speaking. So give me one example for these three types of rhetorical question. You have 1 minute for that. Type them, send to me now, and we will start. We'll follow or listen after examples. Okay. You have 1 minute to send different examples for rhetorical question. Good. So the first example, you said you have to learn all these words. How can I learn these words or this match? These words, so use plural form of this, okay? These words. Memorize this vocabulary. How can I memorize this vocabulary? How can I? Okay, you use can before subject. Good. How can I arrest? How can I arrest the killer? How can I arrest the killer? I'm not policeman. Okay. How can I arrest that? You have to walk from here to the market. How can I walk? How can I walk from here to the market? Okay, it means you're so lazy. You can't walk. Okay, so it is, you already made example for one type of rhetorical question. So we studied two other types also. Give me one example for that also, please. So like this, do you know what your father bought for you? He bought a new car for you, like that example. Okay, you can say, do you know who won the lottery? I won the lottery today. Okay, you can say like that. Who won? Okay, you can say. Yeah, that's okay. Do you know what? Do you know what his father bought him as a birthday present? He bought a car. That's a good example. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we are gonna start another one. Do you know which color I like? I like red color. Thank you. Okay. It is the time to study another types of question. That is echo question. Echo question. So echo question, you might hear the word echo before. Echo is when something is, or the voice is repeatedly hearable. Okay, you hear a voice repeatedly. Okay. For example, when you go to the mountains and then you say hi, and then you can hear after yours hi, 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 like this. Okay, that's echo. So echo question is also like that. You say something, someone repeat your question. Okay. So it is used when a speaker repeats a repeated statement of someone suddenly. I say something, you repeat my sentence suddenly after me. Okay. It is echo question. But you repeat my statement in interrogative mode or interrogative accent, like a question. Okay. We have two types of echo question also. The first one is here. It's called recapitulatory echo question. Recapitulatory echo question is used when a speaker repeats a statement for surprise. Then it is changed to question. You ask something for surprise. Okay? You're not asking for information. You're asking to show your surprise, but in question mode. Okay? Like this. The first one say, Ahmad will come from London. It is a surprising news for you. You say, Ahmad will come from London? Yes, he will. Okay? The second example, the first person say, Mahdi broke my glasses. Another one say, Mahdi broke your glasses? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Okay? Or you can say, we finished our class. And Lali, who is absent today, he will ask, we finished our class? And you say, yes, we did. Okay? It's like surprise. You repeat the question, the same formula, the same thing, and then you ask. It is in like an interrogative mode. Okay? That's very easy. Like it is like very similar to the declarative sentence, declarative question. Okay, that we just made some examples of that. Do you know which color I like? Red color I like. Confused? Why you're confused? Okay, I'm gonna repeat again. So recapitulatory question is like when you repeat someone's statement, but in question mode. Okay, I say, we have finished our book. So someone that is surprised by this news say, we finished our class. We use positive structure with the same formula that the first person say, but in interrogative mode. Okay, that's that. I need a notebook. You need a notebook? Yes, I do. For example, yeah. Nadra's daughter says, I need a notebook. And Nadra knows that she bought many notebooks yesterday. And she said, you need notebooks? I just bought you bundles of that. Okay, like surprising. And it shows surprise, but you ask your surprise in a question. Okay, like you show your surprise in question. So another type of recapitulatory question is explanatory question. Okay, the difference between recapitulatory question and explanatory question is this: that in recapitulatory, you just repeat the statement of someone to show surprise. But in recapitulatory and explanatory question, in addition that you show your surprise, you ask information also. Okay, you ask something for information also, and we use WH word in these types of question. So look at this example here. The first person said, remember, most of these questions are used in spoken English. Okay, most of them are used in spoken English while you have conversation with someone. So it is like somehow it is just speaking lesson also today. Okay, not only grammar. But remember, so while you are using them, they are used in a different context. Okay, you should know where should you use these types of interrogative sentences. So look at this example here about explanatory question. So explanatory is taken from explanation. So you are asking something for explanation also. Someone should explain something for you. Okay, so the first person said, look after children, look after children, and you are saying, look after whom? It also shows surprise, but you are asking something, some information also. Look after whom? Children. So the first person answer you, children. Oh, look at another one. We have exam. We have what? Exam. Okay, you can say like that. Or the other one is the other example here. She will come from London. She will come from where? Okay, she'll come from where? Get it? Got it or no? So echo question is like repeated question. You repeat the statement of someone, but it has two types. In recapitulatory question, you exactly repeat the first sentence, but in explanatory question, you use WH word instead of the most important point. Okay, and the first person should confirm that that important point, okay? And another one, polite question. It is more common in spoken English. Remember that, and you might need it more while you are talking with someone politely, okay? So polite question is used when you are asking someone politely to do something, okay, or not to do something, okay? So just like a polite question, you are asking someone to do or not to do something politely, in a very politely way, okay? So in this structure, you use would you mind plus if plus clause or sentence, or do you mind plus if plus clause. You also have another formula for this, would or do you mind plus verb ing plus subject or complement, okay? So let's look at this. I should give you more example here because there is not. For example, you say, would you mind if I sit instead of you? Lost my mouse, okay? Or I ask you, would you mind if you make examples for this structure? It is somehow politely and it is more common. Or you can say, do you mind? Do you mind? Do you mind if you write your homework? I ask you, do you mind if you write your homework? Do you mind if you come on time? Would you mind if you teach today the students? Okay. Or also the more common structure for this question that it is not mentioned in your book, remember? The second formula is would or do you mind plus verb ing plus object or complement, okay? Like, do you mind sitting over there? Do you mind giving your pen? Would you mind turning off your computer? Okay. So the more important point about polite question is the answer of polite question. Remember, when you answer the polite question and you don't have problem with that and you want to do that, or your answer is okay, you use guys, I lost my mouse. Give me a minute. Oh, okay. Okay, got it. Okay. So the most important point about the polite question is the answer of that. If you answer yes, it means it gives no meaning, okay? And if you say no, it means yes. It's opposite of each other. And if you don't have problem with that question, or you agree with that, or you say yes, you can use this phrases here. You can say no, no, of course not, okay? Or you can say no, certainly not. You can say no, not at all. Oh, not at all. It should be used at here. Okay, no, not at all. No, not to mention, not to mention. You make me shy. Okay, you use one of these phrases to answer yes. Okay, but if you say yes on directly yes, it gives negative meaning. If I say, do you mind to speak English in the class? If you say yes, it means you don't want to do that. Okay, you're not okay with that. But if you're okay, you say, no, not at all. You make me shy, not to mention, okay? So use negative answer to give positive meaning. Positive answer to give negative meaning, okay? Just like that. So look at this example here. Would you mind sitting next to you? Okay. So it is more common in spoken. While you are speaking with some native speaker, usually they are using that a lot for polite question, okay? Sometimes people say, do you mind if I ask you a question? The first they say, if you say yes, they are not going to ask you another question. If you say no, not at all, or you say no, of course not, then they might continue their conversation with you. Okay. Now give me example for this type of question, and we will. Oh wow, I didn't know about the time. You're 5 minutes over time. So there is two more types of interrogative sentences. That's too easy. You're going to finish that. It is used when we are asking that. The number 10 is alternative question. Alternative question. It is used when you are asking someone a question for options of one among person, place, thing, or animal. So usually we use or in our sentences, and that's alternative question. Okay, we are asking for option. For example, here, do you want to buy this house or that house? So it is alternative question. The listener can choose one of these options that you already gave them. Okay, has he eaten his own lunch or my lunch? Has he eaten his own lunch or my lunch? He has eaten his own lunch. Did you invite only me or all of us? Did you invite only me or all of us? So the listener can choose one of these options that you gave them. So it is easy also. The last kind of that is emphatic question. It is used to express emphasis. Okay, it can be used in all tenses by help of either. So usually they use either in a separate word. Remember, not with double-edged word exactly like together. Okay, you use either after double-edged word in a separate word. If you use together, it gives different meaning. But when you use separately in your sentence, it doesn't give us meaning, but it shows stress and emphasis. Okay. So usually you can use that with double-edged word, except who and which. You can use with who and which the either to ask emphatic question. Okay. For example, where ever did you put my book? You're angry, and you say, where ever did you put my book? Or you can say, where ever did you break the door of my car? Someone broke your car door, and then you say, where ever did you broke the door of my car? Okay. Remember, as it is mentioned there, you can use either with who or which to ask emphatic question. Thank you, guys. So that's it for all types of interrogative sentence that we have studied. Tomorrow we might have a book review, and if you have any question about any types of question about our book, you can ask tomorrow. And then on Monday we will have test about our book, like final test in this book. And after Monday we probably change the time of our class also. We will let you know everything with details. Do not worry about that. But for now, just think about any problem that you have in this book. Tomorrow we'll focus on that. I'll check the homework also. If you have any question about general information or any problem, we will talk about that tomorrow also. Okay, you have test on Monday, Monday, and in this week and next week. And yeah, and yeah, that's it. So we wanted to have test on Friday, in this Friday, but looks that we need some more practice and time, and we are not so rush and hurry to just finish. Okay, tomorrow we will focus on problems and just reviewing our book, and The day after that, probably work on the test and stuff. Okay. Thanks guys for watching this video. See you guys next day with next information and next title. Bye for today. One more thing is this, that make example for all types of interrogative sentences that we have studied today, okay? And submit it before the next class tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.